Are you a marketer, but you're not a designer? Well, I'm feeling you. It's the same for me. The good news that Alina is gonna show with us is that this is cool. It's very cool because nowadays, you do not actually need a designer to stay ahead of the curve. She will dive into the tools, but more importantly, how you actually flex your creative muscle to stay ahead in 2021. Another session I'm looking forward to. The stage is yours, Alina.
Hi everyone, great to be here today sharing some useful information on how to work with visuals for creative communication and how to train your creative muscle if you're not a designer. I'm the CMO at Crello and Deposit Photos, overseeing brand communication, social media and performance marketing, and also product marketing to drive growth of both businesses. A few words about products we've built during 10 years since we started our mission on creating solutions for creative community. So Crello is a free online graphic editor for static and animated designs with a huge library of professional templates that businesses and marketeers use in social media, ads, web, and print in more than 70 formats. Deposit Photos is one of the leading content marketplaces that helps professionals around the world realize various creative projects using our library of 200 million images, illustrations, videos, and music files. Today we'll talk about why creativity is an important skill of tomorrow, find a solution on how to start working on effective creatives, not relying on a designer, and how to stay ahead of a game, growing your creative intelligence and learning visual trends. So why even talk about this? Why creativity is so important? If you do what everybody else does, you have a low margin business, and that's not where we want to be. Everyone, especially marketeers, are chasing for improvements, trying to find new approaches to A/B testing, discovering hypotheses, finding insights in data or user behavior. But most of the time, in order to improve your campaigns and communication, we lack a creative approach to translate ideas and communicate with all kinds of audiences. One of the biggest challenges of today is to be noticed and differentiate yourself. So we're going to talk today about creativity as the tool to effectively do this. To be noticed, you need to either speak in the way to stand out from the crowd or invest a lot of money in ads to become top-of-mind brand. But creatives help marketing to change the state of things, change perception, or discover something new. So why this is important not only for today's challenges, but for the future. Let's look at what the companies expect from us in the following years. World Economic Forum, in its The Future of the Jobs report, chooses creativity is one of the main skills for the job of tomorrow. LinkedIn puts it on the first place in the category of soft skills. So we find ourselves at the defining moment today. The decisions and choices we make today will determine how prepared we will be for the future uncertainties and changes. That's why we as marketeers can't fully rely on others to come up with creative ideas for our campaigns. We have to learn how to put together designs for brand communication ourselves. The belief that only special, talented people are creative and you have to be born that way diminish our confidence in their creative abilities. We all have creative potential. So creativity is a skill that can be developed and a process that can be managed. But creativity doesn't go along by itself. It should be always followed by the action. If you have ideas but don't act on them, you are imaginative, not a creative. It requires practice to develop the right muscles and supportive environment in which to flourish. So basically, it is a set of repetitive actions that bring you from the problem to the solution. The creative process literally looks as almost any process that is used in product development. I prefer using design thinking as a great example of moving from the problem to the solution with just few easy steps This process goes back actually to 50s and was formalized by Alex Osborne, one of the founders of BBDO. And it employs 3 primary steps that include exploring the challenge, generating ideas, and preparing for action. It's important to note that you don't always need to chase uniqueness with creatives. Try focusing on progression. Know what works good for your audience and try to become better at it in a different ways. That can mean applying your creativity and style to something completely new. I want to stop on these 3 steps: research, ideation, and prototyping, and where to start if you're new to this. Stock content platforms like Deposit Photos and tools like Crello help you be prepared for this. We do the research for you, provide curated collections of images, illustrations, videos, design templates, always staying in the loop of what consumer trends are. What are the color trends? How the visual aesthetics is changing. We help source ideas for inspiration, as well as put together more effective, catchy, and trendy templates to give you the variety for any niche that you work in, if you want to start with something. Now I want to show you a few trends as an example of what we work on every year in collaboration with leading creative agencies and companies. So the first one is Symbols of Optimism. This year, concepts like slow living that reflect hope for the bright future will be translated through the medium of photography and appreciated by audiences worldwide. We all had to process some tough times in the past year, and today brands turn to counter-opposite to appeal to customers. Clients want to see more positive messages, and this applies to design as well as how the messages are communicated through design. We need small reminders about the positive aspects of our lives, and this can always be done through visuals, through design elements, and the writing. Another trend is gamified by design. Global lockdowns accelerated the world's digitalization, leaving people no choice but adjust to new reality. While people are getting used to dealing with daily activities online, designers are looking for the way to keep users more engaged. Integrating gaming elements into websites, mobile apps, and other projects in the new user-centered approach for brands to test. Thematic challenges and animated points, badges, leaderboards, or more complex experiences created with the help of motion graphics amplify user immersion. Important trend is snackable video. Today, video will be mostly created with the smartphones or mirrorless cameras to save the time. Editing apps, Instagram, TikTok tools come in handy to quickly create content that is perfect for the on-the-go consumption. The digitalization in 2020 was mostly responsible for an even bigger growth of audiences in TikTok, Instagram, Snap. These platforms streamlined the snackable video formats that is perfect for on-the-go content consumption. These are videos that last a few seconds but keep you engaged because it's such a quick and convenient way to process information nowadays. It's important to stress that we create trends not to dictate what to do and what not to do. Their intention is to inspire, guide you, and give alternative options to look at your brand visual communication differently. Of course, the context of your niche, market, product positioning, and the audience that you know better goes first. But you as a marketer always should be looking how to flavor communication with something fresh and new. So what's next? You made your research and have some ideas. Time to build prototypes and test them on your audience. And you know what? You have all the tools you need already. Researchers show that 4 in 10 people believe that they do not have the tools or access to tools to create. Creative tools are perceived as the bigger driver to increase creativity, technology, is recognized for its ability to help individuals overcome creative limitations and provide inspiration. And technology is recognized for its ability to help individuals overcome creative limitations and provide inspiration. Tools provide low entrance barriers for creative industry. They give you flexibility. You don't need to rely on your designer to improve your ideas. They allow you to be flexible with making changes any time of the day and the night when you need to change something in your campaign. And what's important, they're simple. You don't need to take any courses to start working. You just create an account and start developing your ideas. With Crello, for example, you can create any advertisement in a minute. It has all editing options to work with pre-built templates or start from scratch. It has background remover, working with layers easily, texts, frames, animations. With Crello, you can apply any brand styles of your company or group of companies you work in, logo, font, colors, and of course, use music or sound effects if you are creating ads for social media, for example. The time you spend on briefs and explaining designer what to do can rather be spent creating what you want, literally anything. I'm sure a lot of speakers these days will be emphasizing that you need to test a lot, create catchy ads, you need to be different, but it's important to remember, your content doesn't need to be ugly to drive emotion, be effective, or trigger action. These are the simple guiding tips to create effective designs and impress your audience. Show, don't tell. What does it mean? Use visuals or metaphors to communicate your message. Don't write a lot of messages in one small banner. Explore trends, like already said. Strike with trendy color palettes. That's where the Posit Photos and Crello also can help you with. Use professional design templates that you can customize to any of your format if you don't have any ideas to start with. Apply branding to stay native and consistent in your brand communication. Spice with movement and sound, but keep it simple, not overwhelm your audience as everyone is trying to shout louder in this overcrowded digital space. Thank you for staying with me till the end. If you want to continue this conversation or have any questions, here is my email. And finally, if you want such tools as content library or editor to be embedded in your product, visit our virtual stand in this conference and find out more details. Thank you very much.